Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly, truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light. Many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video or you're telling me about your empathic gift. If you feel like the video is uplifting, give you good vibes that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath that may be going through trying times and needs spiritual guidance or confirmation validation towards life paths or purposes, missions of purpose, please go ahead and share it. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share in the social media favorites wherever you see fit. As always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly appreciated, and I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the video that I'm doing today, it's called Twin Flame 101. Heyokas, don't stand in the way of God's wrath. And it's like there's going to be no second warning, because when I say there's a lot going on right now, I know there's a lot of people that are doing what do they call it? They're like prophet, type, teachings or whatever you want to call it, prophylactic, whatever they want to call it. They're going through a lot of different things where you're hearing about that second coming. You see all the different things that's going on around the world and everything, where it's like, I was telling a friend girl of mine the other day, I said, we go through that circle of life where people are being born, people are transitioning, go to the other side, they placing the 144,000 and different spiritual, warriors in place for everything that's happening. It's been going on for a while, that is taking place. And it's just like, I don't know what is going on, but it's like something that's leading up to Halloween. It's like this year is like very intense. Where everybody can see it from, money, coins, shortages, the different natural disasters is going on, deaths like in big groups, taking place all over the world. And there's something significant about this year that's very different. You even seen it with the pandemic babies. These babies are very advanced on doing different things. It's like I told people, these babies built up different that's taking place. But it's just like, for when I went on my little, self-reflect spiritual retreat, I started seeing a lot of things where it was just like, whew, okay, it didn't scare me, but I don't even want to say that, because that message is like, let me just die for a little while. It was one of those type moments. And it's just different things where you're already getting your warning. There's a lot of different individuals that are connected to these heavy, dark energies. And it's just like, sometimes we say, oh, this person getting on my nerve. This person is this person. It's the energy that's attached to them. Entity or energy that's attached to them. Because if you have not allowed yourself to separate from certain things in life, those are the ones the devil gonna see, oh, I can connect with them real quick, because they're getting folks like, it's trying to make you go back to old addictions that you have allowed yourself to separate from. Is going to take you back there. And those are a lot of people that, if you start, dealing with a lot of different things, it's giving you that open access to the devil vibrations that's taking place. And it is just like, from what I'm seeing as well as what I'm hearing, there's these different people that just wants to, constantly be in people's lives, trying to block blessings and stuff like that. And it's just like, there's a lot of different people that are not taking heed to what God is saying. There's a lot of different things that's coming on where, if you're doing different things to try to stop people from getting what they feel like they deserve, number one, you can't stop nothing from what God feels like, that person or these individuals deserve. You can't stop it. There's no way. When God say yes, you can't. It don't matter who says no, or different things where, certain people feel like it's that vibration, this should have been me type situation. I understand that could have been you, but if God wanted that to be you, he would assign that to you. This is, whatever God guided those people to do. You can't fault that individual for what God done placed them in their purpose. You just can't do that. But it's just a lot of things people really need to go ahead and start, focusing on themselves, a lot of different things where they're coming in, and it's just like some people are taking heed because that karma is coming back and it's coming heavy. But some people, if they have that narcissistic vibration, or where they just want to feel like, I don't care what you do to me, I'm gonna make sure that person don't get this. I'm gonna make sure I block them on everything they can get and all this. And they keep warning, like, hey, stop. There's family members coming in, and they passed on, coming up in dreams like, hey, leave this alone. You done had something come back and it's hitting you with mishaps, and you still are not listening. Okay, people are still not listening. Like, they are just very determined. And if there are certain people with these narcissistic disorders, or whatever you want to call them, sociopath, psychopath, sadist, whatever, they don't give a dag. It could be their last breath, and they're going to still try to see how they can control something, even after the afterlife, to make sure those people don't get those things. God is like, this is their wrath. I'm not going to warn you no more. Whatever you placing on people's life, it ain't going to come back to you like you placed it on them, but it's going to be very vicious. God is not that one to keep playing with. I'm just looking at all the different things that's going on in the world. I know I got people that don't like me. They listen word for word on what they're trying to stop me from. I feel the little vibrations they try to put on me. There's people out here that, you try to do this little mojo jojo on people to see how you can block different things, or how can you place something on their person, their essence, and stuff like that. I have family in those bloodlines that, you don't play with stuff like that, because if it comes back to you, it's going to be worse. It's going to be a lot worse. You are already protected. There's nothing that somebody can put on your person that God can't tear off. And a lot of times when you're doing that, you don't realize that God is using that to help that person be a lot stronger. So if you're doing these different things because you're mad because certain things is taking place in their life where you feel like it's you, or even if you're not getting it, you're trying to make sure that other person don't get that, that this ain't the time to be doing stuff like that. It's just, I've seen where people, there's attention, they're stopping what they could be doing in their life to be paying attention to somebody else's. You could be healing with yourself, but you're trying to see how you can wake up and see what the plan is today to make sure you're trying to block somebody's blessings, or how can you be a nuisance to their life that day. And it's just like, when you see people like this, you really got to pray for them, because I'm just like, all this energy you place on trying to block people, why don't you use that energy to heal yourself? You can have some different stuff going on in your life too. You can't be the only star in the sky. It's going to be looking boring. Everybody is here to win. I tell people it's just like a push and pull, a push and pull act. So this is that thing where, God is showing different things where you need to be on the straight and narrow. You have to be on the straight and narrow. Being able to see the things that I've saw, I just try to make sure I'm doing right, and just put it that way, because it's like a lot of different warnings are coming up. Like, hey, you need to pay attention to yourself. I'm not going to keep warning you, and it's just like, wait, I'm seeing different stuff. You don't want to be in that loop to where it's clapping back 10, 20 times harder than what you try to place on something, because it's just like the rapture. They're talking about the rapture is coming up, all these different things is, is really, really, is getting very intense. I'm trying to be very selective on how I say stuff, but it's just like when I was going, I felt a lot of different emotions, and I know I've experienced a lot of it where people, watch me. I know when that energy is coming towards me, even if I might not say anything, I still know what's going on, but I know I'm protected. I know I'm on my mission, do what God has me to do. My ancestors, my family, they're already protecting me. So I don't try to allow myself to indulge in those type of things, because it's just, I know a lot of different people has come to me and it's like, Roslynn, I feel this entity on me. It's trying to, mess with me in my sleep. It's messing with me in my person. It's messing with my, my mind. And it's doing that. And it's just like, that could be happening, but you have to understand when you're raising to that next frequency, your mind and your essence is like that essence is already familiarized with those things. But it's when we played a certain frequency for so long and you're going towards that next leap, it's going to feel very uncomfortable because your frequency ain't used to that. That spiritual essence of you is, man, is intense. We are used to dealing with so many different calculations, heights and stuff like that. But you're in that human experience, because if it separates from that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, look, you can put like 20 million things on me right now and it's not going to phase me. I'm used to that. But since we done had to, shrink ourselves in these little human suits, it has to go in moderation. And everybody done took that big leap. They had a big shift that's going on. And those are the things where they're telling you don't need to be communicating with nobody right now. You need to stay to yourself. You're getting put in solitude. You're being placed in isolation. You may feel lonely. You're going through these different, emotions and stuff like that. You be happy one day, upset the next, and ready to go on a rampage the next one, because you're going through different shifts of your life. And it's like the more you can even come a hoping, and it could have been even when you first started your path of spiritual awakening, it was like ignorance was bliss. When we felt all the things we were looking at, all the things we were doing was that truth. And to come to find out we were in the matrix, and stuff like that. And the devil wanted to keep us dumbed down. They wanted us to keep in that low frequency. So when you went towards that, that's why I told people that's when you start going up under them intense, spiritual warfare, because the fact is they wanted you to stay like that. They wanted you to stay back. They wanted you to play small. They did not want you to discover part of yourself that has been dormant for so long. It was that awakening of the spirit. Someone coming awake, so all hell about to break loose. And it's just like people fell out your life. They weren't actually there in the first place. They're just removing them out of your life. Different things that you need to quit catering to. Different, entities and entities you had to allow yourself to break from, or you had to be in toxic situations for you to be able to allow yourself to recalibrate, heal where you need to heal, cut cords where you need to cut cords at, and allow yourself to step forth into that frequency that God is needing you at, because you're jumping a lot of different timelines at a very rapid rate right now. So a lot of different people are feeling like they got monkeys on their back. Like, people are putting black magic on me. And there's a lot of people that are doing it. I ain't gonna lie. There are a lot of people that's doing that. But you have to understand, they can't pierce what God got. When you allow yourself to be, I don't know, I always tell people, I'm not a religious person. I don't got time for all that. Whatever somebody else is doing, that's their opinion. And I respect that on their choice of doing that. I'm a spiritual person, because it's like with God, and this is my opinion. I don't need no daggone clapbacks or whatever from the peanut gallery. This is from my view of experience. Whatever your opinion is yours, but mine is mine. God does not like us going into a certain label of religions, because it's kind of like keeping you away from connecting with everything. If you allow yourself to get in these labels, it's like you're taking a part of one part of your life that needs to be into this vibration from another one. And he does not like religion. So he just, because we're all connected to everything, and he wants us to be able to do that. But there's a lot of different things where people are playing that little mojo jojo on folks. And you have to understand you're jumping different timelines. Your energy is moving at a rapid rate. You're connecting with your parallel entities as well as your past life connections. You may start seeing things that was forgotten about from your last life, disconnecting with you at this life. It's kind of like an Easter egg on whatever you've been dealing with, what your main issue is. There's people that it's hard for them to forgive. It's hard for you to let go. It's hard for you to be honest with yourself. So, because whatever we're dealing with that we're finally disconnected from, this has always been our inner, our issue from every life. Span. We've always had that. When we couldn't get it from the last life, they come into the next one, and then come into the next one for you to get that intimate. So then got to go back again, and this is supposed to be that real deal Holyfield right here. So there's a lot of different things where the rapture, the reaping, the wrath, all those different things is coming on. You can see it, just like I was, watching different social media, video, whatever you want to call them, like TikTok and all this stuff. And I was telling people like a couple of weeks ago in my chat, hey, that stuff that's going on in Gulf of Mexico. and I started reading different biblical things that was going on. Even it kind of tripped me out and gave me chills. So I guess that's kind of connected with it. Like that recent Godzilla movie that they had where they were still frozen, where they had Vera Farmiga in it, and the girl, what is it, Bobby Millie Brown or whatever her name is, that plays on Stranger Things. And you see, and you know, I actually watched the movie, but I watched the preview of it, where you see that big dragon-like thing with the 3 heads. You know, that was back Leviathan. You know, I was telling people about that. I said, man, and when they sit up here and say, if you read the different stuff about that, and I'm not getting too much into that because there are certain things I don't want to talk about and certain things like that. I ain't getting me flagged. But it came out from the ocean and start, you know, it was like bringing up fire from the earth. Because I really, in my opinion, I really feel like if there's parts of the ocean we have not discovered. People think, oh, certain, you know, animals, especially prehistoric ones, have, you know, their instinct or no longer existed, you know, and then there's different people that say, oh, well, NASA and, you know, the government and stuff, like trying to bring these at. I'm like, look, have y'all seen, you know, Jurassic Park? Stop bringing stuff. If God wanted these daggone raptors and, you know, T-Rex and stuff like that, he would have kept them here. They're extinct for a reason. Leave that stuff alone. But then, you know, when everybody was saying, oh, it was an oil leak, we're in the middle of the ocean. How can a fire keep going on in the ocean? You can say that's what it was in the first place, but I had my feeling about it. It had to do with Leviathan, and I told people what makes it so ironic. The gas thing that had the explosion that broke up, whatever, exploded, is named a Leviathan. That's a little bit too much of a coincidence. You know, I told people, I said, look at everything that's going on in the world right now. We are in our own revelations right now. You know, different things is taking place. There's one big traumatic thing, and next, you know, a huge one follows right after it. You know, and it's been going like this for, like, you know, since 2000 already it started. You know, and from what it was saying, the confirmation, different people saying the same opinion that I was. I said something came out that water that broke through the earth's core. That's why we having all these disasters and stuff like this going on. You know, there's certain parts of the world where they're trying to say, oh, this is CGI, or, you know, they just made this up, where you can hear chariot horns, or you hearing growling where it sounds like Godzilla out there, you know, and these different things is taking place. I feel like there's something coming out the earth's core, you know, and they tried to make sure they didn't have world panic starting in these different things. So that's why it was an oil leak and stuff like that. I said, okay, you believe that mess if you want to. Ignorance is really bliss. You know, the people that want to stay asleep, they're like, okay, I ain't trying to go into that. Did you see that? No, I did not. Okay, this is what we're going to say it is. Me, there's something that came out that they're trying to make sure that they can cover up. And not universe, but you know, the government good for doing that. But different people came out and saying they had these things that, you know, explodes. They threw in the water, and this is like a couple of tons that they dropped in that water. And whatever it is, that you need something that big to try to take out, and you still missed it. And that's 2 times they did that, and it still, you didn't miss. That had to be something everybody was telling them, Godzilla type stuff that's coming out. And they're trying to keep it. And now all of a sudden, when has the world ever been shortage on coins? Okay, think about that. You paying for something that you want. Oh, we have money shortage. When do we have money shortage? I ain't never heard that mess in my life at all. You know, and there's different things that's taking place. But it's just like you can get into these conspiracy theories, you know, and there's so many different things that's going on in the world. And a lot of things can just not be explained. I know there's a lot of different things where people can say, oh, this happened and it didn't really happen. But you're seeing certain things in different parts of the world where you're hearing chariot horns. Okay. Like, what was it on March 31st? Was it this year? Either this year or last year, where they show a picture of what Lucifer looks like. You know, and they showed a picture of that. Next, you know, you look at the moon, the same image that you see in that picture, you know, you see it in the moon. Okay, that's big. You know, different times, part of life, you know, a certain thing that happened in New York 21 years ago. No, 21 years ago. I shall not name. Everybody know which one it is. You start seeing images of the devil's eyes and the picture of him on the side of the thing that fell, you know, and stuff like that. There's something that's popping off in the world right now. that, you know, these woke people, us, we know something is hitting hard. And it just seems like whatever it is connecting, you know, is really connecting with the end of the month. I don't know what it is, but something telling me something about to hit, and it's going to hit heavy because we're going through too much right now. You know, that every time you turn around, there's different stupid stuff that's going on in the world where I can't even really look at social media because it's about to make me go even crazier than I actually am at this point in time. But there's a lot of different things that's taking place where you really truly don't understand what's going on, but you know it's deeper than what they're wanting to talk about. But you already know they're not going to admit, oh, we got a prehistoric thing that's coming out, you know, the ocean, like the Loch Ness monster. They have old Miss Nellie, you know, this in there. But, you know, you only can cover that up so much, you know, but you know, and it's already a scary thing. We don't know, you know, how far different, you know, the sea levels go, especially if you have not discovered, you haven't been through the whole ocean, through the whole world. You don't know. Because a lot of these different things, like, you know, me and my, you know, a couple of other people, you know, with the megalodon, I really think that thing is still there, but it's a lot deeper, and it's a lot deeper than we can actually go down, because I think there's a certain amount of feet that we can't go down to where your ears start popping, and you know, you have to be doing this, or you're going to start, you know, we can't go, you know, unless they got these, you know, these little ships or whatever you want to call them, submarines, where you can actually go down there and it's not going to cause no problem to the human body. But I really feel like these different things is going on in the world. But not to get caught off a chapter, you know, caught off subject, there's a lot of different things where God is giving that warning. You know, they're sending your guardians to you. So if you're doing some downright stuff, not just to yourself, but other people, they're telling you, you need to get right. You really need to get right. People, they're talking about the, you know, you need to be, you know, apologizing. You need to be repenting in every form and everything like that, because it's like people are saying, you know, and I feel it too, you got to get right with God. You know, there's too many different things where the devil's whispering in a lot of people's ears right now, to where they feel like you can't have them do this. You know, these people can't deserve this and that. And it's getting to your ego. It's getting to your ego, you know, your insecurities, your fears. And you're trying to intervene in other people's paths. They don't got nothing to do with you, you know. And they keep saying, hey, we're giving you a warning. Hey, stop, slow your roll. Stop doing that. I'll forget you. And I'm going to do this. You know, they so ego driven on trying to block other people. And those are the things where God is sending those warnings out. They keep telling people, hey, you need to quit doing this, because the way God get into it is like, you got, you know, he like one of them parents that don't play. I'm only going to tell you one time and one time only, you know. And they always say the larger, you know, the frequency and that reoccurring, what comes around goes around. God is not going to place things back on your person, back on your path, like you don't put out on other people. And that's why, you know, your family coming in, even giving that whisper, hey, you know, allow yourself to just let that go. You know, leave that situation alone. You know, back up from that. Focus on yourself. You know, trying to do this, people ignoring because they feel like, oh, shoot, I've been getting away with it for this long. You know, ain't nothing about it happening to me. Okay, you keep playing that. How many people you know right now, they little, you know, they little indiscretions are starting to pop up all over the place. Money can't even pay you to cover up these. You know, it's going to get to that point where it's been done so much, is something about to fall out. Their truth is just bound to come out, you know. And those are the things that's coming on, because it's like, from what I'm hearing through the spiritual line, it ain't going to be nothing like you put out. It's going to be a lot worse. That's why I said, let me go ahead and step out the way. I'm not going to even try to get closure on different things, trying to out somebody, because if it's going to happen, it's going to happen regardless, you know, on what you're doing. So please get right with God. Okay, do what you need to do for you. Don't be sitting up here intervening on people's life, because it's just like you're seeing different stuff. You know, you may see a little hit, you know, little mishaps into your life where, you know, you may be getting into a car accident or something that popped off. You had to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Different stuff like that's coming on. Money, you had to put money in certain things that, you know, you had to put it in something else, and they're catching you. You know, and I tell people all the time, what you put out is what you get back. And a lot of time when it come back to you, it's going to be a lot worse. But if it's been coming like that and you still ain't catching on, it's about to get very vicious for you. So, you know, make sure you're doing what you need to do. You know, you worrying about yourself. You know, get yourself right, heal where you need to heal, accept what you need to accept, disconnect what you really need to disconnect from, you know, heighten your frequency. Allow yourself to become better, not bitter. Okay. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content in this video, y'all. Like I said, I will be having a Heyoka chat. What time is it? I'll be having it at 6:30. But right now it's 4:47, so it's hour and some change, whatever. But I would love to give a post notification shout out to Stacy Folly, Julia Barron, Life of Lifetimes, and Lauren. Much love to you, and Brian Dodry. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, drop a line. I would love to get your feel on that, or even your comment. It would really truly appreciate it. I always leave my contact information in the description box below, as well as my link to my podcast on Spotify as well. If you ever want to get in contact with me, it's like spiritual networking. If you may want to ask me a question, or even share a spiritual experience with me, or have different questions, or curious about certain things that has something pertaining to do with your spiritual path, or your choice in that, or reviews that you may not feel comfortable with putting on the tube of views, so you get in touch with me one-on-one. I do that a lot, and whatever we speak on is confidential. And I try to my best to help you out as I can. I hope you have a blessed weekend. Please be safe and responsible at every single thing you do. I hope whatever you're trying to manifest into your life comes so much bigger than you ever imagined, and comes sooner than you expected. And even through social distancing, make sure you give out love, light, positivity, words, vibe, frequencies. You never know. All those things that really, take somebody a long way. You'll see me later on my next video. Much love to you. Peace.